The words are coming, I feel terrible. Is it typical for us to end like this? I'm just another scene from a movie that you've seen 100 times. Cause baby, you weren't the first or the last or the worst. I've gotta fill the blanks in this task with a verse. We could sit out and cry the fight.
We are going to be talking about abuse and neglecting. So what do you guys think about abusive and neglecting?
Well, abuse is obviously they're not good. Because, abuse is physical or even mental and emotional attack on somebody. And neglection is where, in case anybody doesn't know, neglection is where you don't, when a parent, just forgets about their child and acts like they don't care. It just leaves them to do stuff for themselves at a young age where they can't do it themselves. So pretty much parents acting like they don't have a kid, but they do. So obviously it's not a good thing. But
what do you think, Brianna?
I think that whenever you abuse a child, sometimes it goes in a train, and that person will abuse their child, and it can go on for a long time. And I think it's sad to just sit there and watch it happen and you not do anything about it. It's really depressing.
Yeah. And it's not only children who are being, abused. It's also wife abusing husband, a husband abusing wife. Racism.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Boyfriend and girlfriend. It's going on all around the world. And, there's people who die from abuse, from being abused, and then,
Suicide rate from emotional abuse.
There's also sexual abuse.
And sexual abuse, too.
And then there's some people who, that were abused just go, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but just go really psycho, where they have to, go up into a mental hospital.
And
or there's also, kids die from, being home for a week they don't have no idea what to do.
They teach themselves what to do. They think they can do it because they're in charge of themselves, and that means
that also leads some kids. Yeah, it leads some kids to do drugs and prostitution and stuff like that. Not everybody is like that, but there are some cases where people do turn in the wrong direction because of abuse and neglection.
Sometimes they decide to kill themselves or run away.
Yeah, you see it mainly in girls, they get neglected by their parents, so they go to another source to get that attention that they strive for. And most people do that in prostitution and stuff. It can lead to some really bad decisions, and it's not really the kid's fault completely.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about it, so you go and do something.
Yeah,
it's get it off your mind.
It is, in a way. I guess you can say what turns out of it could be the kid's fault, but not really, because of what led them to do what they did. And it's not a good situation to be in. So.
And then there's also parents who are afraid of, what are they called, the IRS?
Yeah.
And when their children get taken away, then they start acting, oh, well, I do take care of my children, but they don't have no proof, and then their neighbors calling, oh, well, the children are at home for a week, and then the parent comes home and starts bawling their eyes out like they do care, but they really don't.
Because some parents, they don't see what they have until it's gone. Some people, it is hard for them to show emotion, and I think that happens a lot of times when parents neglect a kid. They don't know how to accurately love somebody, and it's hard for some parents. And even though it's their kid and it's not right for you to neglect the child, some parents aren't all there in the head to treat the child right. Not everybody, but some people are.
And you can also, on abusing, you can also be abused through a computer. You can feel dangerous,
that's mental and emotional abuse. Yeah. Threats and stuff.
Or I don't know if I'm saying this, but the Kaylee Anthony case, her mom always went off partying, left her child home alone, and, you know...
Sent her with babysitters?
Sent her with babysitters, and, you know, she didn't know where her child was at all.
That's not... You should always know where your kids are.
If you're leaving with the babysitter, you should at least call in, like, every so often.
And some parents are, like, with older kids, neglection, you know what I mean, like with older kids, like my age, 17, 14, and even 12, you get to where parents think that if they leave their kid alone that it will help them and they'll have their own privacy and stuff, but kids really do. Sometimes it makes them feel better to know that you actually care. And
like if you buy your kids love, like you just get them everything they want. That's not.
You need to, like, coming from a kid, it's probably hard to believe that someone's saying it, but like when my mom yells at me, you know, for something I do wrong, I know that it's because she cares. And if she didn't care, she wouldn't care what I did. It'd be whatever, you know.
To get you off her back, she buys you everything you want.
So it's like, with neglection, it's even bad when you're older. You should always care about what your kids do and stuff, and no matter what age they are.
You should always be, no matter how old they are.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to say?
Abuse, neglection, it's not really good at all, obviously, as we've said. So if anyone is being abused in a harmful way, or neglected in a bad way, mentally, over the computer, the phone, at school, it is really scary. I mean, sexual abuse is really scary thing, and any type of abuse and neglection is. So if anything is like that is happening with you, it is hard, but you should probably tell somebody that you trust. If you're in school, a guidance counselor or a teacher that you trust,
a friend.
A friend or a friend's parent, somebody that can get you help, because it's not a good situation to be in at all. And it is really scary to go through and to actually tell someone. It's really hard because you don't know how they're going to react and stuff, but it's all for the best, because you could end up in really bad place a couple years later.
But some kids don't want to tell because they feel like it's their fault. Oh, well, look what I've done to my mom, or what's going to happen to me since I'm, you know, the only child and I'm only living with my mom, and, you know, I don't want to go live with my dad, you know. So that's why some kids don't tell, but it is very important to tell somebody, because this is just a horrible thing. I don't know how somebody can just sit there and actually beat their kids to death, or almost to death, or every single day, making them bleed, making them bruises on them, and they're scared of you. Your kids shouldn't be scared.
You're supposed to be a safe haven. You're supposed to be who you go to. Yeah, who you go to for help, not who you run from. So that it? Anybody else have anything else to say? No.
And if you have any comments, you know, go ahead and type in what you have to say, and we will try our hardest to help anybody out there who needs our help.
In whatever way we can. You know, we can't really, like Superman save the world, but we may be able to help you in some way, talk you through it. We're really, we're good at giving advice and talking people through stuff.
And it doesn't always have to be on camera if I get embarrassed.
Yeah. And like any other questions that you have and stuff?
Yeah, and I know you have, you know, just met us now, or, you know, only seen this maybe once or twice, but you can trust us. We will do whatever we can possibly, or what we can do to help you. So
that will be a lot. Yeah.
And if we can't help you and you're scared to go to somebody, although you should really go to somebody, God's always there for you. So
start praying. Hope.
He'll get you through some stuff. Is that good?
Yep, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.